Alright, hey, I'm just checking in because I finally finished a book this month, and that is Inheritance by Christopher Paolini. Now, before I get into the book too much, I will first just address a couple things. One is I'm holding a mic on a pen currently, and that is because I actually have two things wrong with my phone currently. One is the mic is really bad suddenly. It sounds super fuzzy. I don't know if I got like water in it or something. I don't know what happened, but I messed that up. And then at the same time, I have a big slash across my front facing camera now. So I had my knife in the same pocket as my phone and it scratched it. I'll put a clip up right here of what it kind of looks like. It kind of just looks like there's like a ghostly extra after image. Last year, I also didn't read in the month of August. It's very strange how life works sometimes. Um, I had a big life event happen in August last year, and I didn't read through almost any of it. This year, I finally got into getting fully scheduled on my second job. So I'm working 70 hours a week right now. So the first, all of August so far, I've just been trying to get acclimated to that. It's not a whole lot of time for me to read right now, but I'm trying to make time. That's a long story, still told long. Another long story, The Inheritance Cycle. This was actually a great end to the series. Now I know he wrote another book after Murtagh, wrote that years later. It's not technically book five. He said that. It's a standalone thing, and it may bridge a gap in between. Hopefully, if we get like a new era Eragon, that'd be pretty cool. I would, I would be down for some more Eragon. I will say I had a hard time getting into the book originally. I really wasn't feeling fantasy at the time, and it just took a minute to click for me, I guess. But that's crazy because it starts right in the middle of a big event. Um, the Varden and Aragon and the whole crew, they're making their way towards Urbane, where Galbatorix is stationed, where he lives, I guess. And they're trying to fight their way through towns owned by the Empire, essentially, um, and claiming them. They send Roran out to do one on his own. He lays siege to a town, and Roran has some really cool moments in this. Honestly, Roran's the best character in the whole series. I was more entertained by his parts than most of Aragon's. I just think that Roran is an excellent character. I really like him a lot. Same with Nasawada. She's another one of my favorite characters throughout the series. Arya's alright, and Aragon's alright. Um, and I like Saphira a lot. I really like the contrast of Roran to Aragon, being that Aragon has these magic abilities and things, and Roran is just straight on strength and wits in some cases and bravery, and he's like the definition of like the stereotypical male fantasy. Um, but he's really cool. I like Roran. Now, after they take over a certain town, Nasawada is kidnapped by Murtagh, and I'm still not getting into super spoiler area. I mean, obviously, everything in this is going to be a little spoilery, especially if you haven't read the first three books. But um, Nasawada gets kidnapped, where she's taken away. I'm not going to say what happens to her, but it kind of leaves the Varden in a little bit of turmoil. And at the same time, Aragon and Saphira are intending on following a certain part of of a prophecy that was told to them of going to Erngard, I believe it was, um, and something's going to happen there. I can't say too much. I will end up accidentally spoiling stuff, but big events take place there. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too much further into this with because I'm gonna accidentally start spoiling crazy stuff. But I will say I thought the book was gonna end at like the 75% mark, and then there's like an extra 25% of kind of like resolving all of the open plot lines. Um, I I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good conclusion. All of the prophecies told in the first book were fulfilled by the end, which is really cool to me. He had it planned out like that, at least to some extent. But there's some good character growth throughout this whole series, and seeing Aragon grow, seeing Roran grow, Saphira, Arya. Arya doesn't do a whole lot of growing, I'll be honest, but Nasawada. It's cool to see all these characters progress, and it culminated into something really excellent, I think, especially because he was young when he wrote this series. Uh, I think he wrote the first book when he was like 15 or 16, and then this book he released when he was like my age, like 27. So it's just crazy to me. Uh, he wrote it at such a young age, and it makes me excited for Murtagh now that he's had some more years of experience under his belt, um, to see what that writing is going to be like. Anyways, this was a long-winded and perhaps slightly different video for me, but anyways, I appreciate y'all for sticking around, and thanks.